Mix FM.
أعزائي المستمعين، عندي ليكم ضيف مميز الليلة، شاعر أمريكي مسلم من نيويورك، اسمه أمير سليمان. هو ناشط في إنشاد حقائق العالم والإنسانية بشغف ملحوظ، يروي حكايات الحياة من خلال تجاربه الشخصية، يلفت انتباه الناس على الأمور المهمة التي هي بحاجة للاطلاع عليها فورا. ليش؟ لأنها تمس سلام وسلامة العالم. حأعتذر منكم دحين لبعض الدقائق، حيكون الحوار بالإنجليزي يعني إن شاء الله حرد عليكم بعدين بعد قليل مع فكرة تشمل آراء الشاعر الضيف أمير سليمان. يعني شرف لي كبير. السلام عليكم أمير.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله. How are you?
My brother, يعني it's a huge honor to have you on Saudi's first FM hip hop radio show, and it's a huge honor talking to you, sir.
No, it's a big blessing for me. Thank you very much for having me.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Amir Sulaiman, how did your faith help you in composing your hip hop themed poetry, content, energy, passion, charge?
I was born Muslim. My mother and father are Muslim, and so Islam has always been a part of my life. Mm-hmm. So it helped me. It is really the essence of what I do. It's not just it's not like something extra. It's really the core, the heart of what I do as an artist. And so, firstly, that just the depth of the Quran. Mm-hmm. And the concepts in the Quran, and even the language of the Quran, that it helped me to have an appreciation for the beauty of language since I was very young. Mm-hmm. Even before I could even understand any of the Arabic, the sound of it, even it lends itself to the rhyme and the tone and things like this. So that was always there. And then, like I said, the meaning and how to put maximum amount of meaning into a few words, and the power into a few words. And so, inshallah, I would always seek Allah's help, as Allah is the one who created the Quran. Seeking Allah's help to be able to give more power and to give more love. For the people, for the listeners in general. Yeah,
mashallah, brother. You know, Def Jam poetry. You've been there. It's amazing. Tell us quickly about your experience in Def Jam poetry and what it meant to you.
Def Jam show, actually, that was a big turning point in my career. Mm-hmm. That was a show on HBO here in the States that Russell Simmons started.
Yes.
Presented a show, and it was a show, for all different kinds of poets. And they would come in, some of them very famous, some of them not famous. So like Kanye West was on the episode that I was on, when we went taping, Kanye West was on, and all kind of different artists were on it, and some unknown poets. But it was great. That was the first time that I'd been on national television.
Wow.
And so that was a big step in for me to be able to present my words and my message to a large amount of people. And the people there, literally while I was performing, there was a great response, and then there was a great response that I got from around the world.
Yes, sir.
From Australia and Yemen and England and France and all over the States and all over the world. I was getting messages and appreciation and expressions of love. So that was a big blessing for me.
It was, sir. The track that you recorded with Brother Narcissist and Amir Sulaiman, hashtag January 5th, in support of the Egyptian revolution. Tell us, what does it mean to you to collaborate with Arabic hip hop artists like that to purvey a message that the people in the States might not be aware of, but because you're Amir Sulaiman, people would actually listen to what you're saying?
That's really a crucial part of what a real artist, at least I can speak for myself. That's something that's very important to me, is to be able to give a voice to people that maybe otherwise won't have a voice.
Yes,
so
sir.
Maybe in the United States, or maybe in New York or Chicago or Los Angeles, maybe these people in Egypt and Cairo didn't have a voice, even though there were many of them.
Mm-hmm.
And so someone like Narcissus, or someone like Omar, or someone like Freeway, or someone like myself can give them a voice and help to broadcast that message across our communities, you know, the people we have access to. And that's really like a responsibility for me. And also it helps to it's like a forecast, you know, like people tell the weather, you know? And it's also like a forecast as to what's coming, because, like, for example, my verse on that song, so this is back in January, for, you know, Occupy Wall Street. Have you been seeing some of the news about the Occupy Wall Street?
Yes, sir.
And things like this. And so, like, before all of that, you know, like in the verse, I say, it won't be just niggas, it won't be just spics, Arabs, Packies, rednecks, and hips. Leaders ain't helping them feeding their kids, the leaders helping pigs eating their kids. Got me and my Elijah eating a live, run up in the White House with keys to the crib, the House and the Senate, ousted in a minute, take these streets to Wall Street, this one's for Kemet.
Wow.
You know, and what I'm expressing is that, what I'm saying is that what you're seeing on TV, what we were watching here in America on TV, I was saying those streets, that the way you see those streets now, you're gonna see those on Wall Street, you know? And this is a way for, you know, of forecasting as well, you know, that artists will often, because they can kind of see the landscape differently, and they say, oh, they can see the clouds, and they say, oh, it's going to rain soon, you know? And they know before the
Mix FM,
you know, or before the CNN knows, sometimes the artists can see things that they can't.
True. Wow, man, it's a huge honor talking to you. Couple more questions for you. Amir Sulaiman, wow, live on Saudi's first hip-hop FM radio show. Quickly, what does it mean to you that Saudi actually launched the first FM hip-hop radio show whereby I'm playing real hip-hop, I'm playing Arabic hip-hop, I'm playing hip-hop that doesn't get played on the radio on FM regularly? What does it mean to you? I know you don't live here, but as a hip-hop fan, as a just good music fan, what does it mean to you, Amir?
It's big, you know. When I was talking to you, I think we talked via Twitter or Facebook or something, and you were telling me that you know, that Saudi had its first hip hop station. You know, that's just a profound step. You know, that's a big deal, and even the part that Saudi Arabia plays in the Muslim world. You know,
Mix FM.
And so for hip hop to be able to have a place of expression there, and for people to be able to express themselves by way of this medium, by way of this art form, I think it's very profound for the people there and for the people around the world.
Great. Amir, it's awesome to have you. You've released recently, you know, what's happening to our brothers and sisters in Somalia is not human. You've released an amazing poem. Tell me what went through your mind, you know, writing this amazing poem that I'll be playing right after our interview, inshallah.
Well, that poem actually, it was written very quickly. And I recorded it like I wrote it. I recorded it immediately, and I put it out like all in the same day. It all happened all of a sudden. I just, you know, we were hearing the news, and especially at this time, we were hearing some of the news, but it wasn't like big news. Like, it wasn't front page news. It wasn't headline news.
Yes, sir.
And when I was looking into it, and I was like, man, this is like you said, it's not human. This is something cataclysmic, you know? And as I was watching it, and I was like, why aren't we talking more about this? So this was right around the time of the shootings in Norway, and in the time that the singer Amy Winehouse died. And there was like even more news about these things. I'm not saying that these things shouldn't be covered or that people can't mourn or feel sorry for someone that they loved by way of their music and she died, or shootings, like we should ignore those things. But it was just saying, like, I want more for us to be just at least giving notice to this tragedy that's happening right before our eyes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I salute you for all the work that you guys have done in the States. Wallahi, it's amazing. Brother Amir Sulaiman, anything you'd like to say? All Saudi Arabia and the world are tuned in right now. I have fans like Brother Rawi. He's a big fan of yours over here. He can't believe that you'll be on FM. Anything that you'd like to say on FM radio, on Laish Hip Hop Live on Mix FM? Please go ahead, sir.
I appreciate it. Well, one thing is that I'm releasing a new album. My new album that, you know, the people have been waiting for quite some time. It took me quite some time to complete it. It's called The Meccan Opening.
Wow.
And actually, I'm going to make an announcement, a live announcement right here for people so FM radio get some new news before everyone else.
Oh, this is the first time you announced this. What are you about to say?
Yes, actually, right now while I'm talking to you, I'm on Facebook, and I'm posting it on Facebook right now while I'm talking.
Awesome. Go ahead.
That the Meccan Openings is coming out, and I decided to give it away for free.
Wow.
And you'll be able to download it online called the Meccan Openings, and it will be released on the day of Arafat.
Wow.
So that's only about 2 weeks from now. So on the day of Arafat, and I'm going to post how to get it on my fan page. So if they go to Facebook and they find my fan page, my artist page, or my personal page, but my personal page is filled up. I have too many friends or whatever. They'll find out news on how to get it and when to get it and all of that. So that's one thing. So the Meccan Openings, that's big. On the day of Arafat, the Meccan Openings are released in Inshallah, which was inspired by my Hajj, actually. So that's the album that was inspired by my Hajj.
MashaAllah.
And besides that, I would just like to say, just to spread love as much as possible, if I can give a good word that will benefit people in Saudi, in America, around the world, anyone who listens to my work, that loves my work. And what my motivation is just to spread love, to be a lover, to be kind, to care about the human being, the human spirit, and to spread love as much in the grocery store, in the schools, and wherever you are, to be a fragrance of love. And that's also what I would like to say to anyone who listens to what I do. Even though it comes out like fire sometimes, you see it's like fire coming out of me, But
yes, sir.
Very intense love. It's intense love that's coming out of me. It's really what it is.
Amir Sulaiman, wallahi, I don't know what to say. I'm honored. Thank you very much for giving me this time, and I wish I can have the whole hour with you, sir. You're an inspiration. I love your passion for humanity. You're what every artist should be. Salute to you. And inshallah, we'll bring you down to Saudi Arabia, sir.
I would like that very much. I would like that very much. Thank you very much for having me.
Okay, peace and love, sir. مع السلامة. السلام عليكم. أعزائي المستمعين، يعني من جد this was يعني شرف كبير جدا، وحتى أمير سليمان قال أخبار إن شاء الله حقول عليكم، بس بعد فاصل صغير نرجع لكم إن شاء الله. أمير سليمان كان مباشرة على ميكس اف ام وقال أخبار لأول مرة. Amazing.
ميكس اف ام.